Sorry about that.
Yeah. So she went to college, and while she was in college, she saw this opportunity, job opportunity to work at this poverty agency where I was. So she came. In fact, I was the one that was interviewing for the job. They were supposed to be a helper for me.
Oh, oh.
So two ladies applied. The other one was a really stone fox, man. Right away, I said, "Shit, I'm gonna hire her," you know. But she was married, and I kept on hitting on her and this and that. No, man, I'm married. Give up, you know. So then I said to the other one, you know, and that was the one I wound up marrying.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What's her name?
Lorraine. How old was I? This must have been in 72, and I was 20 and 67.
I was still in Peru.
25.
I was still in Peru.
Huh?
I was still in Peru.
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool. So you married her? Did you guys stay there, or did you guys move somewhere else?
72, then we shacked up together for a couple of years, and I had to work at that job until the end of 70. Yeah, no, I met her in 71. So at the end of 72, I was free. January 73, I was free. And then we moved and we went to live with my grandmother in Mexico.
Oh, cool. What part?
Yeah.
Central, southern.
Central, Jalisco. We pulled a trailer with a big truck, and we put it in my grandma's yard just for a month or so, and finally we found another place. And
did you work down there?
huh?
Did you work?
I got a job right away as a pianist, man, and I
pianist,
started
cool.
touring, you know, with the group and all kinds of stuff, and it was really fun.
Got music, jazz, Hispanic.
Everything,
Okay.
yeah. And we had, you know, we fell in love, but right away, you know, I could see something wasn't quite right. You know, she got depressed from time to time, you know. And so I don't know what it was, but we decided that it would be good to have a baby. I don't know why, you know.
How long
You're
after
depressed, you know, let's get a baby. Maybe that'll save the marriage.
Time to do.
Yeah. And so we tried a few times, nothing ever happened. And then we decided to split, or I decided, I said, you know what, it's not working, you know, I'm going to stay. If you're not going to live the life I want, you know, you can just go home. So she says, okay, I'll go. But the night before, and we never used any protection, you know. She always used, what do you call it, counting the days, you know. She knew exactly what day she was fertile and what day she wasn't, and if she wasn't fertile, if she was fertile, then we would use condoms, you know.
Right.
So this night, I hadn't seen, you know, she'd been gone to the States and then come back, so I had completely lost track of her cycle, you know. So then she's getting ready to leave me the next day, get on the bus, you know, I made sure she had enough money to get back. And our shower was outside, so she decides to take a shower, so she's there enticing me, you know. I said, what the fuck?
Yeah, why not? You're there.
So we fucked one more time. And that was the night that she conceived my son.
Oh, there you go.
So then she went back to the
One
States.
for the
She
road.
didn't tell me, right? And then I stayed in Mexico for a couple more months. And finally, I was coming back. I wrote to her. I said, "You okay?" She said, "Yeah. Guess what? We're going to be parents." And
Ay,
came
caramba.
back yeah, right. I came back to the States, and then, you know, that was really a low point in my life. You know, all I wanted to do was play music, and I had all these other responsibilities laid on me, and things worked out. You know, I mean, what the heck?
Right.
Yeah.
You got to play that card you dealt. That's all you can do. So you went with it. You know, and how long were you with her for?
Then, let's see, my son was born the following year. We got together, we separated. I finally got a great job working 6 nights a week at the Red Onions. I was staying in a hotel. She came, her and the baby, she stayed with me for a couple of months, and then the job ran out. There was no more work. In the meantime, my sister had found she got married, and they lived in Ojai.
Okay.
Have you been to Ojai?
Oh yeah.
I went up to visit her, me and Felix, my baby, when he was like a year old, not even. Yeah, maybe he was a year and a half. And I said, we got to move up there. And she didn't even want to go up. So I went up there and I just said, we're moving up there. So we've saved up some money. We stayed at her parents' house. And then we got up there right around Christmas, 1975 maybe? Yeah, Christmas 75 when my nephew was born. And then I got a job translating in a school, high school.
Cool.
And I made
From
enough
Spanish?
money. Yeah. And I made enough money to rent a beautiful little house in the river bottom in Ojai, man. It was beautiful.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, so I did that for about a year and a half, and in the meantime, she got looked into going to night school, going back to college. So we both went back to college full time. Back in those days, the government would give you money to study. And so we both did that, and I quit my job. I went back to study. I was working part-time. And then from there, we both got scholarships to UCSB. So we moved to Santa Barbara, University of California, Santa Barbara,
okay.
with an apartment that was included. I mean, it was just...
Oh, that's cool. They took care of you.
Yeah. So, but things at that point, they weren't doing too good between us. I mean, I was just surrounded by so many pretty girls, and I don't know what it was, but I just
College,
didn't attract me anymore.
You're young for the family.
Yeah. So we divorced, but we still stayed together and did the shared the parents.
Cool.
My son was with her 3 days, and with me 4 days, and with her 4 days, and with me 3 days.
Very cool.
Until 1988, the end of 1988. Then I went to Mexico, and she got married to another guy. And I came back in 93, and she got divorced. Actually, I came back the next year because my sister was sick, and I wound up staying with my sister, working in Pasadena, and I would see my son every weekend. And that's when he got his driver's license, and I fixed up this. He got into Volkswagen. We spent every weekend working on his car, put a motor in it. Take the fenders off. It was like what do you call them? Those sand buggies,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was totally stoked. But in the meantime, and the husband was nice to me too, because I mean, we all got along fine. And then I left again in '91, and I came back at the end of '92. And she had just got divorced from this guy, and so she and I hopped back in the sack together. So we were a number for about a year. And then I got a chance to buy this place out here. But I don't know. At that point, we separated.
Now, where is it exactly? Is the place out there? Was it Avenue D? You said no.
Avenue C.
Oh, C.
Avenue C at about 280th.
Oh, okay.
But the county line is 260th, so it was like 2 miles into San Bernardino County.
Oh, okay.
Have you ever been on Avenue G to the end?
No.
Oh, okay.
Not G.
You can go G, and it's paved all the way to the middle of this valley, and then the pavement stops right there. But the road keeps going, but it's dirt. That's beginning of San Bernardino County. And that's where, that right there, just 4 miles north of there is where I live.
Heading this way, what street hits G? 130th?
I used to go 200th. I used to go
go that way. Okay.
J to 200th, and then 200th you can take all the way down to C. The pavement stops at G, which is the dirt continues all the way to C. You make a right on C, it's still dirt, and all the way, and then there's a driveway down, and you can't see the house from the road.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Man, you're way out there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no. That's what I'm thinking about. That's why I thought about when you light up the fence. When you left the first time, remember you put up the rope on the front gate?
Yeah.
It's like, not out here, man. It's like people around here have to be very concerned about coming on my property
Yeah.
without being invited.
Right. But it was already tied when I went out.
Okay, okay, maybe it was the new guy.
Okay.
You know.
That's why I tied it, because I thought it was your tie.
Yeah, no, it was probably Mario.
Okay.
Not Mario, but the other guy.
The other.
Yeah, because out here, I don't really fear it. Like I said, there's nothing but positive energy at this place. It's like this. I had this one women's circle come here one night.
Yeah, I remember with Nanette.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know, and he told me, you know, you might want to run some sage after everybody leaves. You know, because you can hear to cleanse himself after that. And personally, I think my energy at this location is so strong. There's no need to burn sage. You know, nothing survives. Negative survives here. You know, and that's my
You got
mentality.
it. It's really happening for you, man. I'm so happy for you. This place is just magic, and it's great. I'm glad it's in your hands. And it's all paid for, and you can just live here in comfort and luxury until you decide something else.
Well, you know, I can picture. See, my older son, because he's Mormon, so he's gonna have a lot more kids.
Yeah.
Can have the main house.
Mm-hmm.
My middle kid, who just got married, he likes motorcycles, and you know, he builds motorcycles, and he can have this house. And my youngest son can have the house over there. You know what I'm saying?
So who gets this one here?
I'm
that's where you'll stay.
I'm still there.
Yeah, right.
Dude, don't throw me out.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
You know, and if that becomes legal enough to grow,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Because my older son's a cop.
Yeah.
So I got security.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? We can do what he's doing. You know, if we learn it.
Yeah.
If he learned it, we can learn it.
Oh yeah, shit. Yeah.
And the money that we made out of it, you know, so you know, someone that's why, you know, I'm happy I'm here and give my kids an option, because the thing is my son being a cop,
Mm-hmm.
I asked all the cops that